Morning, everyone. Find a seat. We've got seats down the front. You want to come down to the front? You can sit in the front rows. Come on in, girls. Come down here. Got some seats in the front. A great view. Probably just gonna move it sideways, fill everyone in. Morning, everyone. Come in and find a seat. Seats in the front, readily available. Plenty of seats in the front. Swing down, grab a seat. Keep filing in.
I'm sitting next to Nate. Fuck.
Okay, students that are entering, come into the front. We have lots of seats in the front over here. We have seats also over here. Keep filing in and have a seat. Move to the front. File in. Just a quick announcement. Students, members of the Black Student Union, just a reminder, after the assembly is over, up to the front, I want you to get a picture with Mr. Williams. We'll talk about that afterwards as well. Okay, everyone, have a seat. Especially the guy in the Penguin jersey. Okay, everyone. Thank you for getting settled.
Guys, go!
If you don't have a seat, you want to be in a seat in the next 30 seconds.
Guys, I have time to come down here.
10, 9, 8, 7. Sorry, I'm a quick counter. Let's make sure we turn these off. We don't need them. All right. So every now and then you get a special opportunity to highlight someone from your school that's done tremendous work. He's an exceptional individual. He is a student athlete. He is a high-achieving college athlete. He's a member. He's up on the wall down in our gymnasium for his rushing record. But more importantly, he is a better person. And today, we have 2010 graduate Andre Williams, who also Took the next step, went to BC, Boston College, had a tremendous academic and athletic career, was a Heisman finalist, drafted, played the NFL for several years. Now he's in the next stage of his life. He's going to talk to you about lessons he's learned, experiences he's had, and wants you to really think about it. Because 10, 11 years ago, he was sitting in the same chair as you are. So he's going to deliver some great messages. We hope you take a lot away from this, and we hope it's a great experience. But we are very proud and excited to have 2010 Parkland High School grad, Andre Williams. Please give him a nice warm welcome.
How you guys doing? I talked to Coach Lane on the phone last night about coming in to speak with you guys today, and I ended up saying to him that, I have kids myself. I have a 5-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, 2 boys, and my kids are special, man, because they're my kids, but also because I know that they're going to do great things in the world one day. So for me as a father, that means I have a responsibility to pour into them, to set a foundation for them, to provide for them, to make sure that they get to where they're gonna go. But if they get to where they're gonna go and everybody else gets left behind, there's really no point. So anytime I get the opportunity to come in and speak to you guys, kids, the younger generation, the future, I take it very seriously because you guys are the future. You guys together collectively as a group, you have more potential than we have the ability to measure. When I was around your age in high school, I started to because my parents started moving around and stuff, I started to realize things were a little bit bigger than the little bubble that I existed in. There's things outside, and I started looking around at the things outside and realizing, man, it's a big world out there. And I'm just one person. Just one person. How can I really help? And I see a whole lot of just stuff that don't make me feel good. How can I help? I can't help. I'm just one person. And I really, it affected me to the point where I was like, man, if I see all this stuff going on and I can't be a part of it, I'd just rather be by myself. I don't even want to see it. Eventually, sitting there thinking about it, I got family, I got brothers, mother, sister, whatever I got going on, I have to be present. There ain't no way you could be by yourself, and that's not what we were created to be. We're relational creatures. We relate to each other. That's the whole point. So I don't script this. I just come and I just talk and I say what's on my heart at the time. But I have this notebook, right? Always keep the notebook in my back pocket because I have ideas. Everybody has ideas. Not everybody writes their ideas down, though. But the people that create as opposed to the people that consume, in order to create, you don't just have ideas. You have to figure out how to bring your idea into the physical realm where everybody exists. The cool thing about ideas, the more that you share them, the stronger, the bigger, and the realer they become. So if you want to create something from an idea and bring it out into the real world, You have to figure out how to share it with as many people as you can, because you only have what you give. Crazy concept, right? I got 3 topics that I'm going to cover with you guys tonight, or today, this morning. It's 8:30. Really, the whole thing that I want to impart to you guys is that your perspective is everything. It's how you see it that helps you move through life. If you are taking a test, you're taking a biology test, you know you got the test tomorrow, you didn't study for it, but if you just go online and download this little cheat sheet, you're going to be great. The test is not that hard, but you didn't study for it, so you get the little cheat sheet online, you're going to do great. You go, you download the cheat sheet, you go into class, and you're taking a test, you got your cheat sheet out, none of the answers match up. You're still going to get an F. You got the wrong answers, you got the wrong perspective. So I want everybody to see things just through my perspective. I'm just going to give you my perspective. So 3 topics that I'm going to talk to you guys about. I'm an athlete, right? I run a business. I know about those things. So we're going to talk about those 2 things. Then we're going to talk about a 3rd thing, the spirit. I'm going to talk to you about 3 things. So athletics, right? This is the thing that I want you guys to know about athletes. Athletes are always going to get preferential treatment in this society. I get preferential treatment to a certain degree because I'm an athlete. And it sounds like it doesn't make sense, like it's not fair, like I'm boasting about it, but I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to give you my perspective, so just listen to what I'm saying. The athlete is always going to get preferential treatment in this society because the athletes are the representatives of the mankind's highest physical ideal form. Know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks anybody looks better than the athletes. They're strong, they got muscles, they're toned, everything is all good. So people look up to them. You know, athletes can be people's idols, just like musicians and, you know, people that go and accomplish great things. If you have athleticism within you, use it, all right? We're at a point right now where people are deciding, is it really worth it to go to school? To go and go to college? And maybe I'm gonna have to do school online. Is it really worth it to go take on $200,000 worth of school debt if I'm gonna be on my computer all day? If nobody's really gonna be present for me to absorb what they're trying to give me. It might not be worth it. That's the easy answer. It might not be. But if you're gonna go to school for free on an athletic scholarship, it doesn't matter what sport it is. It doesn't matter. If it's free, take it. Know what I'm saying? All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about is business. All right. And matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you a little bit about athletics since I brought it up, and you know, I went to Boston College. Why did I go to BC? I went to BC because it was close to home. I loved the ACC conference. I took my official visit to BC. Boston is a beautiful city. It's a college town. The ACC conference, I'm playing up and down the coast, so I don't always have to be in the cold. I get to play against great competition. It was a no-brainer, you know. It's a great degree. It's one of the top schools in the nation for this and that. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna go get my degree and I'm gonna be able to play great competition. I don't need to really look at too much else, and it's free. So I went and did it. I'll tell you this, if I wasn't gonna go to school for free, I wouldn't have went. And, you know, I graduated with a 3.1 grade point average. I got my degree. It wasn't that hard, but did I use my degree? You can say to an extent, like I used it, but I'm not an applied psychologist in human development. My job has nothing to do with that. I sell jeans. I got into business, you know, but I didn't get a business degree. It was an education major. So at the time, everybody's going into school, and some people know what they want to do. They go and they, you know, spend 4 years, and they go through it's hard work. At the end of the 4 years, some people are like, yeah, I got my degree, I'm happy with it, let's go. Like my sister, she went to Cornell and got an American Studies degree. She's still paying off her school debt. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and some people is not gonna have to worry about that. It's gonna be paid for. All I'm saying is I wanna give you my perspective. If you're gonna go do it, find a way to do it for free or really have it covered, because like I said, I wouldn't have went and did it if I didn't do it for free. And I'm gonna keep going, you know. At BC, it ended up working out for me because I did end up going to the next step. I played in the NFL. I was drafted. Played a couple years with the Giants, a couple years with the Chargers. But that journey there, it was tough, you know. I didn't have a good relationship with my head coach. Coach Adazio came in my senior year. His offensive coordinator was Coach Day. Coach Day is Ohio State's head coach right now. So he was really the mastermind. Coach Adazio didn't like me, you know, but Coach Day knew what we had to do to win. So in the beginning of the season, I wanted to hold a team meeting. I wanted to get. The last year, we had won 4 games. The year before that, we had won 2 games. This was our last shot. You know what I'm saying? It was our last chance to really go ahead and do something as a group. And now we were in charge. So I wanted to talk to my people. Coach Adazio said, no, you're not going to hold any team meetings. This is my team. He called me to his office. And, you know, we started having a dialogue. And I'm trying to tell him, you know, just explain myself to him. Just let him know what I want to, you know. It got to the point where Coach Adazio got up out his seat. He got in my face. He cussed me out. This is my motherfucking team. Get the fuck out of my office. That's the first time I had an interaction like that with an adult. You know, even on the football team, being on the football team, you have, you know, heated arguments with people, with your coaches, but not where it's vulgar and just ugly like that. You know? And his coaches stood by him. They just watched me walk out of that office. You know? I had to swallow it. I had to swallow it because what the main thing I took from school is not about the paperwork, the schoolwork, the tests, and the papers. You know, you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. But sometimes all those books that you're gonna buy in the beginning of the semester, it's impossible to digest all that information. It's impossible. I'm telling you guys things that are good and that are bad, right? Some of these things are good, some of these things are bad. All I'm doing is planting seeds for you, and hopefully they grow so that you can understand my perspective. I have a good perspective. That's the only reason that they have me standing up here talking to you guys. So I'm going to tell you some things that are good. I'm going to tell you some things that are bad, okay? It's all going to end up being good if you have the right perspective. They say that if you read the first and last sentence of each paragraph in those big college textbooks, you're going to get the gist for the most part, and you could get by like that. You need to do a little extra, a little more than that, but I'm telling you, it's impossible to digest all the information that they tell you that you need for the test. That's not the point. It's not. College is not about the IQ, it's about the EQ. Your emotional intelligence, how well you can read people, how well you can understand people, how well you can understand how they feel, how well you can make yourself feel what they feel. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence. Because sometimes if you just say the right things to people, they're going to give you a break. They're going to give you a pass. They're going to give you a chance, you know? And sometimes you need that to get by in life. Sometimes you need that to get by in life. You know, I went to the Heisman my senior year. That senior year ended up being exactly what I needed. It was amazing, you know. My teammate Steve Daniels that summer, this was before Adazio cussed me out, but he was like, "Hey, Dre, I think you about to run for 1,000 yards. I said, "Steve, I have to. I have to." He said, "Man, you might mess around and run for 2,000. I said, "Steve, I have to. I don't have no choice. This is it. This is the last year." I ended up running for 2,177 yards that year. You only need one year, one game, one moment that's gonna change people's perception of you. If you have an idea, you have to figure out how much I'm gonna give of myself to share this idea, whether it's about myself, my product, or my service. Regardless of what you guys do, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a politician, whether you're a rocket scientist, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Regardless of what, your perception of yourself is going to speak louder than what it is that you choose to do in the moment, all right? It don't really matter because everything changes over time, right? But your perspective, your morals, what you stand on, your foundation, who you believe you are, can't change. And can't nobody shake it. Perspective. So I went to the Heisman. We had a great year, went to the Heisman, and, so now I'm representing Boston College. You know, we're on the national map. We got a player that's this and that, and BC is known now that was 2013, 2014. You know, I went to New York with not $1 in my pocket. I had to buy my own suit to go to the Heisman. BC didn't help me at all. And that stemmed from my relationship with my head coach and just the fact that, they didn't really marry the athletics and academics programs together. So my school didn't really support me as I was bringing in millions of dollars for them. And I'm sure that Coach Adazio was using my name to recruit like heck after that season. I know he was, So that's the ugly side of that's the first time where I got a taste of the real world. Right before I was spit out into the real world, even though I was on a good track, I saw a little bit that, things weren't as idealistic as I thought they should be, which is okay. Got away from my notebook. I want to bring it back to the point that I was telling you earlier about the athlete. We are given some things sometimes, but also they use me too, It's all right though, because I know what I wanted. I did want to go to the NFL. I expected to go to the NFL. I knew I was going to go there. I knew it. That's why I set myself up at BC. There was really only 2 degrees that you can get where you could graduate early. I knew I wanted to get my degree. I knew I wanted to go play ball. I knew I had a chance here. So I said, all right, so let me just go get something where I could graduate early. I don't have to to come back after, I get drafted and I don't have my degree. No, I left with my degree. I graduated a semester early. So I picked that degree in the beginning knowing that that could happen 4 years down the road. I knocked out my core classes first because they're easy, because they're your core classes. Boost your GPA all the way up. And then the hard classes for your electives that you got to take, go ahead and do your best. It's going to be later on. You're not going to be a freshman no more. You're going to have responsibilities. You're going to be part of groups, this, that, and the third. Knocked the cores out first. I boosted my GPA all the way up. And then, my freshman year, I was at like a 3.6, maybe 3.7, somewhere up there. But then I ended up, took a C right there. 3.1 I finished with. Just because I came in with a plan in the beginning. It might not be the right plan. Stick to it. Because it's your plan. It's your plan. Your idea. All right, so that's my athletics story. Now, I'm gonna get to the business, but the business started the same time that the NFL started. So I got drafted to the Giants in 2014. I played there 14 and 15. Coach Coughlin brought me in, and I had a marketing agent at the time, and my marketing agent introduced me to this guy, Eamon Walsh. This was in season. It wasn't in season. It was the off season. It was after my rookie season. I had a great rookie season, and then in the off season, you have time to do whatever you want. My marketing agent introduced me to somebody. His name was Eamon Walsh. Eamon was doing footwear at the time, so this shoe was my first creative project. He was like, "Yo, you're a running back in the NFL. You could, I could extend my creative faculties to you, and you could create your own shoe, and we could run together. We could release together." So I said, cool. I would love to have my own shoe. It would be cool. That was the reason that I picked why I wanted to make the shoe. I thought it was cool. It's not really a good reason to do anything, but it worked out. I made something that was cool. But then when I made it, now you make it and you're like, okay, I made all these shoes. It cost me some money. I learned some things, but now what? Now I need to sell it. Everything is about being a salesman at the end of the day. Even sharing that idea that you have to sell it. Once you make it, you could polish it up all you want. The product or the service could be great, but then you have to sell it. So there is a spectrum where you have the creative and you have the salesman. You have to figure out also how to be a creative person, but also how to be a salesman. And you have to be able to balance the two because they're opposites. The creative, the artist, he wants his work to be presented so perfectly and so beautifully and always catch the right light and the right angle. And the salesman just wants somebody to take it. It's opposite. He might take, even if if it fall on the floor, and he's still gonna try and sell it. You know? Salesmen have to offer good product, but he also can't be too picky about the who, what, when, where. So I ended up making a shoe. It's cool. All right, let me start figuring out what to do with it. I had a teammate. He was also into clothes, and we decided we were going to do some kind of like a fashion week event. His tops. We had another guy doing bottoms. I had the shoes. I ended up meeting somebody, his brand developer. He saw my shoe, and he was impressed. I impressed him, because I did it by myself. I had somebody help me, but I had the ambition to actually do it. So we had a conversation, and we talked for 3 hours. And in that 3 hours, I got so much information from this guy in that 3 hours. He just opened me up so much that I realized that he was qualified. You know, he was everything that he said he was based on what he told me and what I already knew from actually doing it myself and making a shoe. So I couldn't sleep that night because he asked me a question. He said, "Why did you make the shoe?" And I didn't have a real answer, just because I thought it was cool. But you can't really sell that because the market there's so many shoes out here. It's cool. No, that shoe is cool. No, that shoe is cool. What's cool about yours? Who are you? That's what they'll ask you. So then I was like, okay, so it's not a niche. It's not my niche. However you say that, niche. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I can't wear jeans. I don't wear them because every time I put on a pair of jeans that fit the way I like them to fit, I rip my pants. So I ripped my pants one too many times and I stopped wearing them. And then, in that 3-hour conversation, I'm talking about an athletic fit. And he's like, yeah, nobody's doing that. That might be something. And I couldn't sleep that night. And 10 days later, we kept talking after that. And within those 10 days, right? After 10 days of meeting this guy that I had just met, I decided that it was time to roll the dice. I thought that the idea was good enough to wear athletic fit denim, and I got access to the best fabric you could find, some Japanese selvage. What is it gonna take? What do I have to do to start? 6 figures. When I signed to the NFL, I got a signing bonus, for being drafted in a certain round, blah, blah, blah. And, they handed me like $250,000. I just put it in the stock market. I gave it to a financial advisor. That's what they say that you should do. But I didn't feel comfortable with that. Somebody hand me some money, I go hand it off to somebody else, and I'm just supposed to trust them with the money I never had before. And I didn't, people make a business out of it, but for me, that wasn't my path. That's not what I wanted to do. So I felt uneasy when I did it. And it was every day that I felt this uneasiness, until I met this guy, and he told me what I could do if I had that kind of money. 10 days later, I called my financial advisor. I took my $200K out and I handed it over. I bought some fabric. That was in 2014, 2015. I started this project, AW Selvage Denim Co. And it was crazy at first. You know, when I actually got my first samples, I was like, wow. It was like going from watching TV in black and white to watching TV in color. I knew I had something really nice, really good. And, you know, then I was at the point where I got a good product. How do you sell it? It took me up until now, September 23rd, I was able to open up my spot. And I did a whole lot of stuff in between, you know. I got a French Montana and a pair of the DK Shin denim that I made. So I did a whole lot of stuff in between, but up until now, to where it's really starting to kick, and I know that I'm gonna be here for a while, you know? I want everybody to be able to try and play the game and win some jeans, so if anybody has a question to ask me, we're gonna keep talking, but ask questions. I answer the questions. You ask a question, you get a chance to come up, if you gotta get a hole in one, man. You get one chance, all right? I'm gonna give you some, hold on. I'm gonna give you some advice first. My father-in-law gave me this game, and he said, he gave me this, he said, look, this is how you do it. You just gotta square it up, stand over it like you're about to spit on it, and then you're lined up. 50-50 chance you're gonna get it in there if you do it like that. Come on. What's your name?
Blake.
Blake? All right, Blake. They're clapping for you because you're brave, Blake. Thank you for being the first one. All right, what's your question?
What was it like to win districts?
So what?
What was it like to play football here?
Oh, I mean, it was great. This guy over here, he had me looking real nice, looking good. I was killing it.
All right, you hit one first. I need to see if it goes in.
All right, here, you hold that. I don't know if it's gonna go in, but I'm gonna try. All right. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Look, I got a box of treasure over here, all right? You know what your waist size is? I think you're gonna be like a 31, 32. What was that?
Like a 30.
30? Oh, everybody's not gonna be. But you were brave enough to come and win. You win. You know, so you're gonna get a pair of jeans. You just gotta find your size. I know I have 30s in here. Here's a 31, 34. Find a 31, 32. Trust me, those are gonna fit you, all right? Show them your jeans. Just open it up, let me see. All right, so I got a bunch of these. These are Brad Ripes. If you come to the store, you can play golf at the store too. Hole in one, you get a free pair of jeans. All right, so I appreciate you. Tell me your name one more time.
Blake.
Blake. All right, Blake. Thank you for being brave, asking the question, man. All right, I want like a really Blake was real nice, and he came up with a question on the fly. But I want like somebody to give me like a real thoughtful question. All right. What's the question? Hold on. What's the question?
My name is Noah, by the way. What other offers did you have besides Boston College?
Yeah. My first offer was Vanderbilt. Hey man, look. Just get a high GPA and they're gonna come for you. It's not that hard. All right. Come on, see. Athletic build. All right, so look. There's 500 million people built like me and you. You know that? If one person, one of each 500 million people had one pair of jeans, how much money would I have? A lot, you know? That's how you figure it out if your idea is worth money. You gotta go ahead and do analysis. Where did he hit it from? Right here, really? See? He just lined it up. Right here.
Right here?
Yeah. There you go. What's your name, bro? Tell me your name again. Noah. Nice to meet you, Noah. Noah is probably like a 36, 34. Oh, too much sauce, Noah. It's all good, man. Got a nice question? Huh? You guys said you got a nice question?
So, for someone trying to like start a new business, like what's the best way to try to finance it when you don't have funds?
Hold on, I got a perfect answer for that question. Look, first, before you think about the financing of the business, right? Let me ask you a couple questions. What's the most important thing you need for a business or a company?
Like a demographic to sell the product to, like interest or something like that? No? A product? Nope. An idea? I don't know.
People. Yeah. No, you build the company. People build companies and people destroy companies. So without good people to start with, your company is gonna fail, even if I gave you $1 million. Know what I'm saying? So people build companies, people destroy companies. There you go. What's your name? Aaron. Aaron. All right, Aaron. You need good people. You need a group of good people. So you guys are in a special time now because, you're in a special time now because you're in a group of people that are worthy to be called your peers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna give somebody the question. But what I'm saying is, don't take it for granted, because when you leave school and you're out in the real world, you don't get to do this anymore. Come and sit around all these people. You have to do work to do it. What's your name?
Janae?
Janae?
Yeah.
What's your question?
If you didn't get drafted to the NFL, did you have like a backup plan?
No, I didn't have a backup plan. So I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. All right? This was the third topic that we didn't talk about. Here you go. You can try. The Spirit, right? Come on, Janae. Just kiss it. There you go. Oh. Oh, man. Man. Oh. Thank you. All right. Hold on. You gotta let me answer Janae's question first. And then somebody else can go. All right? I didn't have a backup plan. And I didn't have a backup plan because if you only have one brain, right? I don't have a backup brain. So this one brain can only think of one thing at one time. And I gave all my energy to that one thing. You know? You can have as many plans as you want to. You can have a backup and a backup. It don't necessarily mean anything. Life is going to unfold exactly how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fall back on anything but my faith. And this guy. What's your name, sir?
My name is Alex. And do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in aliens?
What is an alien?
Like an extraterrestrial? Like E.T.?
Is that from another planet or another dimension? Like another planet? Yeah, probably, yeah. Dimensions too, though, and those aren't aliens. Spirits, right? There you go. Yeah, it was a great question. It's a great question. There's news out now talking about, the NASA and whoever else is releasing all this information about UFOs, this and that. All right, Alex. I think it's lined up for you. Let me just have that. Yeah, it's lined up for you, man. All right, Alex. No problem, sir. All right, everybody is giving her something. She got to go. Yeah. Come on.
How did you deal with the pressure of needing your NFL team to succeed? Because you guys had like 2 wins and 4. So.
So you talking about in college or in the NFL? You said in the NFL? What was your name? Cynthia. All right, let's go play some golf. How did I deal with the pressure of there was a lot of pressure. Which pressure?
In general.
How did I deal with the pressure in general? I like to go this way. You can take the stairs if you want. How did I deal with the pressure? The pressure is like, the pressure is like a deadline. And I like deadlines because they tell me that it's time to go. If I know I have something to do on Friday, as the closer it gets to Friday, I'm just gonna feel more and more pressure. And that pressure is natural, it's normal. It shouldn't, of course it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable. When you feel some pressure, what do you gotta go do? You gotta go, So just let the pressure take its course. All right, so see, look, my father-in-law said you gotta square it up. You gotta stand over it like you about to spit on it. Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
So, Gabe.
Gabe, nice to meet you, Gabe. Come on up.
So if you were to like start a business in something else, what would you do besides jeans?
So before I actually, I'm a certified personal trainer. You know, I got certified, I don't know, last year or something. So before I opened up my denim shop, I have a training studio too, where I do personal training and group fitness over in Bethlehem as well. So I loved about playing sports. Somebody cared about my body so much that they were going to pay me to keep it like how it was and make it better. You know, I know how to do it. So that is also another passion that I have is, you know, I understand right now we're in somewhat of a health crisis, but I don't really hear anybody talking about the things that we are supposed to do to be healthy and fit. You know there's 365 days in a year, right? Yeah. Out of at least, oh my God. Hey. You just gotta kiss it. Hold on, man. Hit it again, hit it again, hit it again. Hit it again. Hit it again. Nah. Come on. Come on. See? Come on. Yeah. Just kiss it. All right. Cool. All right. Hey. You gotta give it to somebody. Who's gonna answer? Look, so hold on. 365 days out of the year, right? I know at least 330 of those days, I ate some strawberries, some blueberries, some bananas, some spinach, and some lemon, because I make me a smoothie every morning. I know what's in my body. I know how healthy I am. You know what I'm saying? All right, so pick somebody. You gotta give it to somebody.
You want me to just tell my question? My question is, what was it like being under Tom Coughlin and like all the people that you ended up meeting, like any of the big people that you met playing in the NFL?
So that was really what went wrong. Was Coughlin brought me in, right? And then they got rid of Coughlin, man, and that was the wrong Jenga piece to pull out of that Giants tower, because they've been swaying ever since. Tom Coughlin was a great coach. Now, I don't know what happened to him when he went down to Florida in that hot sun, but he was a great coach. And, you know, he had everybody on Coughlin time. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He had everybody on his time. So I definitely appreciate him as a coach and what he was doing for that organization. I met a lot of great people, man. I met so many people. There's people's names that I should remember that I don't. You know, I met too many people. Give somebody else a chance to play. What was your name? Adam. Nice to meet you, Adam. Thank you.
Let's go! Yes, sir.
I got a question. My name's Latif. Yeah. How did it feel for like you to be known here as probably one of the most legendary players and have your name on the wall and just create legacy around here? and then carry your career to the NFL and just, just be known basically? How does it feel?
It's cool, it's fun, but at this point, man, look, I got a wife, I got kids. On the regular, I can't think about myself and how I feel. I don't have that, that privilege anymore. You still got the privilege to enjoy how you feel. Me, all I have is grown man responsibilities. I just have to focus on that. Everything that comes with it is great, but I'm focused on how to use it to build a foundation for my family. Come on, Latif. You gotta win. No, yeah, too much juice. One more. We got one more. One more. Huh? Yeah, you do it. Go for it. Yeah.
Hey, Andre. What's up?
What's your name?
I'm Kazi. I'm Kazi.
Kazi.
Yep. Did you ever see Tom Brady in person before?
Yeah, I seen Tom Brady, man. Look, man. I hope nobody is saying anything bad about this man, Tom Brady. All right? All you could do is respect Tom Brady. I don't know if does he have 6 or 7 rings on his finger? Damn. Tom Brady. Yeah, I met him. We played them. I played him on the East Coast with the Giants and on the West Coast with the Chargers, and we lost both times. You know why? Yeah, he's a GOAT, but I swear their team is more conditioned than anybody else's in the league. They outplayed us. Yeah, I see you. That's cool. All right, go ahead, man. Yeah, well, this is it. They told me that it's a wrap, that this is the last shot. Please, come on, Cozy. Win some jeans, man. You look real nice. Hold on, man. Yeah, come on. See, you gotta take my advice. Take my advice. You gotta stand over it, like square it up like you about to spit on it, and then just kiss it. Come on, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out and listening to me talk, man. Thank you.
Do you want to announce that for Dan? Picture? Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Hey, Dan, man, I appreciate you coming out to the store and taking that interview. I don't know if you guys saw Dan's interview, but Dan knows how to ask the right questions. That was a great interview, and I appreciate that because I feel like that was really the segue for me coming in and talking to you guys. So I have this signed picture for you, and then please come back to the store, and I have something else for you as well. All right? All right. Cool. Yeah.
Sit down.
On behalf of the high school and our community, Andre, we're proud of everything you're accomplished and looking forward to so much future success for you. But how about a great hand for Andre Williams today? You know, like he said earlier, he gave you a lot of information. And somewhere for the 3,000 kids that are at home, or are here, some are at home probably watching, we get it. But I hope you had a nice takeaway or two, or a whole lot more. It's not an easy thing, and he's had a very adventurous career. He's done a great job. He did a lot, especially in spite of Coach Lane's coaching. But he's done a tremendous job, and his life's still ahead of him. I hope you had some real takeaways from what he presented. Your life is ahead of you. All right, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to conclude the assembly. People in the front rows here, please remain here. Mezzanine, we'd like you to exit out. If we could have the right mezzanine exit out the side door, the left mezzanine exit out the back door, and the front remain seated.